Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to discuss about an enterprise AI use case for a CPG client. The use case is around hyper localized marketing. In this use case, we have a company, a major CPG firm, which has a popular brand called Crunchers potato chips, and they have a problem where there is a major bottleneck in creating timely and localized marketing content for hundreds of their regional sales promotions. The consequences of the bottlenecks are slow turnaround and missed opportunities, lack of local relevance, brand voice dilution, and reduced promotion effectiveness and lost revenue. So, what generative AI solution we are providing them to solve this problem? So, we are suggesting them to use a PromoBot AI, which is an internal expert AI assistant, which is powered by a small language model specifically trained on the company data and specifically trained for these kind of use cases, right? So the purpose of this promo bot is to instantly generate on brand localized and retailer specific marketing content, which is going to empower the regional sales team to be agile and effective. We are suggesting this to be a phase wise approach where the first phase we are creating an AI application which has a UI for a salesperson where he can enter the details and generate content out of it. We have a phase two where we will add AI agents to this application, which will perform additional actions like sending out emails, posting the content on social media, creating tickets using APIs, or even getting approvals on this content from legal teams or from the sales leadership. And the phase three, we will be trying to achieve a agentic AI system where with very minimal human intervention, the agent itself continues to understand the environment, tries to find out what new events are happening in the local environment. So whether there is a new holiday, whether there is going to be university exams, whether there is going to be a sports event, and based on that it will continue to create new brand promotions which are localized for that particular region, and it will keep creating the content automatically without a salesperson having to generate it, right? So let's see how exactly it works, right? So this a sales manager who needs to create a promotion, he will go ahead and use either a mobile phone or his laptop and access this AI application, which is running in something like a Google Cloud managed by the enterprise. And he enters the details about what sales promotion needs to be created, and he has a hyper local marketing content ready for him which can be used directly. So how we will use different phases of this application or the implementation phases, let's go ahead and see an actual demo of the application to understand this in detail. So this is the PromoBot enterprise marketing assistant, which has different parameters. For example, the product name where I'm saying Cruncher spicy lime chips. What is the promotion? It says buy two for $6, and I'm creating it for a retailer called Publix, and I'm doing it for a Memorial Day holiday which is coming up. And as soon as I click on generate promotional content, it is going to send all this data to the small language model, and it has created an output for me, right? So if I'm okay with the output, I can go ahead and use it. If I feel it is too long, I want to make it shorter, I can provide suggestions for improvement. For example, I say make it shorter and recreate the content. So it just goes ahead and updates it based on my requirement. So as a salesperson, if I am happy with this, I can now go ahead and use an AI agent to send it for approval to say legal team. So as soon as I click on send, it has sent an email to the legal team. Also, if required, it will create a ticket for them. So, and it says wait for an approval email before using the content, right? So, if your organization wants you to gather approval from a legal team or from a review committee before posting any content online, then that whole process can be automated using AI agents. AI agents will know which tool to use, whom to send an email, and based on the response, what needs to be done, right? So we can also have an automation where we say, as soon as the content is approved, it should automatically go ahead and post it in social media like Twitter or Instagram. So let's see how exactly this AI application will run privately and securely in your enterprise infrastructure. So I'm using Google Cloud as the backend infrastructure for running these applications. So whenever a user wants to access this application, he reaches over the internet to Google Cloud where my AI application is running and hosted. And through private connectivity, he can go ahead and connect to different AI agents. So there could be one or many AI agents based on the requirement. And this could also be an agent repository for your organization where different agents are used for different applications. All these agents are created with responsible AI guardrails and human oversight, which make sure the content is moderated. There are safety filters in place, there are policy checks happening to make sure it does not create any content which violates your organization policies or which is going to affect your brand value. So these agents will in turn connect to a small language model. We can also use a large language model, but if your use case does not require a large language model, to save cost, it is better to have a small language model which is fine tuned and trained on your organization data. So this data could be data from different databases, images, internal data about your SKU data about your products. And based on that information, we will make sure that it is going to provide very fine tuned responses, which is specific to the product for which you have requested a sales promotion. So the AI agents will use different tools to connect to external applications. So ideally, these external applications means external to Google Cloud. It could also be your enterprise applications which are running within your enterprise VPN. The agents could still connect to them, like your CRM systems or your Salesforce systems or SAP system, and perform actions on top of that. If you do not want to use an SLM model and do not want to spend time in fine tuning the models, there is an approach called retrieval augmented generation, using which you can also connect to your internal data sources and fetch information specific to your product from your internal data sources in real time. So, that also is an option available. On top of it, Google also provides a Google Agent Space offering, which is a generative AI platform provided for business users, where business users can use it to access the agents which are created by different teams and in turn get insights from your internal data, right? So business users does not have to worry about what technology is running in the backend. They can just use the Google agent space to prompt your internal databases or documents and try to fetch information from the same. Yeah. So there could be different architectures available. For example purpose, I have used one of this architecture and tried to add as much information as possible. There would be many more security and policy and access management related controls which we can add on top of it to make sure whatever you are doing is completely secure and none of your data gets leaked outside your environment. So with this, what kind of benefits we will get once we have the hyper localized content? The sales team will have a lot of speed and agility in terms of sales promotions. They will be able to do better sales based on the marketing content. You will have a good brand consistency to make sure the language model or your AI does not create any off brand messages, and your whole sales team will be empowered so that they are self sufficient and responsive. So that is all about this use case for now. I hope you like the video. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you.